Jasiasa ke mabende en ja ohala maduong' e kar chung'o bura Mastare migosi Simon Kamangu ojiwo oganda duto e pacho ka endi yo sirie lwedo e lipot mar BBI kowacho ni lipodno ero oting'o ber mathoth mabiro konyo oganda ma pacho ka endi. Kama endi e kaka noloso kod od fwambo marwa mar Lolwe TV mabende no chopo mar kao pache e wi wacha mar lipot mar BBI kanyakla kod content mare mabende oting'o.
Thank you for coming. My name is Simon Kamangu, and I'm a politician here and a businessman in Starehe. My position on BBI is that it is a good document. And a good document can be improved on. It can be a better one. There are many proposals in that good document, and there is no constitution in the world that can be perfect or 100%. When we were voting in our 2010 constitution, we were told that 20% is not good, can be changed. So constitution making is not cast on stone, it's a progressive affair. Today, this generation and this country has an opportunity to amend most of the things that we feel that they need to be amended. Tomorrow, another generation will come, and life is progressive. They will amend according to the times they are living in and the challenges they are experiencing. So for me, BBI is a good proposal that every Kenyan must lead, and we should and we must not allow politicians to distort the truth. So let us read for ourselves and make very conscious decisions out of it. I have read part of it. I'm a slow leader myself. I'm not a scientist, but I am a slow leader. But the reason for being a slow leader is because I want to really engage the document and ask questions. That is what I would ask of all of us. Let us not rush to make decisions right now. We have time to lead, then we can, all of us, after a robust national conversation, be able to say whether it is a document that fits our country or not for this time. I think that is a creation of a section of people who have been opposed to the report even before it was launched. Funny enough, the people that are coming up with this narrative, we are opposed to the BBI even before they knew the report. My basic reading, and I'm not a lawyer, tells me that the Prime Minister, for example, will be appointed from the cabinet, and he must be a member of Parliament by the President. As we look today, that law still remains with the President. So there is nothing that the President has really been added. He's the one who appoints and sacks cabinet. Number two, according to me, the Prime Minister cannot be sacked by the President without involving the Parliament. The Parliament has to, at least 50% of the Parliament have to agree with the reasoning of the President, even in the appointment of the Prime Minister. So that is not what we call imperial presidency. No, for me, he is actually being checked at every level. When you look at the appointment of other leaders, like the Deputy Prime Minister, two Deputy Prime Ministers, that is still, these guys are from the cabinet. And they are also most likely to be members of Parliament. So there is no way an imperial president is a person who has, or his words are law. What he says become law. No. We have a president who was actually donating powers to Prime Minister and to the two Deputy Prime Ministers. So according to me, that is a distortion. When you come to the appointment of Ombudsman, I think, in my own view, that the President is not doing it. It is the work of the Parliament. President will select, or a mechanism to select. The President will appoint, and I can tell you for free, even today, the Chief Justice is appointed by the Parliament, by the President. All the judges, we had an issue of 43 judges who were appointed, supposed to be appointed by the President. So, what are you saying? Ombudsman is a position, in my own reading, that the person who will be there will be approved by first Parliament. So Parliament is the representative of the people. So if they feel in their own wisdom that this is a person who cannot fit the bill, they will not pass. Another thing, he will not be doing anything that we have not known. For example, he is not going to open cases that are before court of law. He will not going to institute proceedings for issues that are before tribunals. He will be correcting grievances from the public and hand them over to JSC, who are ultimately with the constitutional authority to institute proceedings to investigate those things against the judges and those guys that are working in the judiciary. So, in my view, that is a very balanced view, because at the end of the day, the president is the head of state. What does that mean? He is answerable to Kenyans about the issues not only of executive, but the performance of the parliament and the performance of judiciary. He is the head of the three institutions, and therefore he has a duty to tell people how judiciary has been working throughout the year. You cannot have a president who, of course, don't have a say in sacking and disciplining the judicial officers, but he also don't have information about how these people have been. We cannot hide under the constitutional requirements of being of the separation of powers. No, we cannot. At the end of the day, we are Kenyans. We are the people who suffer in courts of law and other judicial officers, and it is an opportunity for Kenyans to have an office which is not directly under judiciary. Because we have been saying here, if we are having a power, why did we bring it? We brought it because we felt policemen cannot investigate a policeman. So we want, and I feel to me is a good thing, where a person who is not a judicial officer get hold of all the complaints and hands them over to an institution that is required to do what it must do under the law. And then that is not swept under the carpet, because currently we have some cases of some judges that never see the light of the day at the JSC. Why? Because you cannot have a lion to investigate other lions. You cannot have a policeman investigating a policeman. There will always be that biasness, and therefore, to me, it is a good mechanism. But how we operationalize it is another thing altogether. You see, you cannot legislate on morality, because at the end of the day, it is us as a people that need to understand that this thing has been set aside for the youth. My view on this, that a commission that mainstream all the issues of the youth is a much gain, because they will be able to converse on all the issues that affect them inside there. And it is a constitutional requirement, according to the BBI document, that all the issues pertaining to the youth must come from there. All the registrations or anything that touches on the youth will be mainstreamed by the commission. And therefore, it's a much gain for them. About implementation, once again, the laws can be good, but if we choose to implement anyhow, you cannot then blame the law. The laws can be there, but we also need a lot of political goodwill. We need a lot of conversation to push the agenda of the young people. And also the young people need to take the rightful position. If they have been saying that they are 65% of this country, I am longing for a day that they are able to come together and even push an agenda of having a president, having this and this, because they are able to push. But having said that, we also require us as a people to build a culture of honesty. Why would a grown-up person like me, who is in his 40s, go to feed on the food for the young people? Unaenda kukula chakula ya watoto kwa nini? Ours is to mentor and help the young people become much better than we are and go further than we have gone in life. So as a country, we must always continually create or inculcate that culture of helping young people become much better. So about implementation of the tax holiday and all that, I think the parliament has a lot to play to and I have heard from some quarters, there is a law or some regulations that are called beneficial owner regulations that came into place a few weeks ago, and that require every person who is a beneficial owner of a stake in a company be declared. In fact, that process is ongoing right now, and I have so many people around my life who are saying they want to fulfill that, because sometimes you find the face of the company is not really the owners of the company, but now there are regulations in place as we speak, and they are expiring very soon, that every company must declare its beneficial owners. So that is a safeguard that is already there, but Parliament can do better, and we will continually engage, and young people need to bring, and all of us, not really young people, all of us need to bring proposals that can help our young people. Because as the President said, this is a time bomb. This is a time bomb. Really, it is a time bomb. And my view is cosmetic kind of all bandaging. It's not a bullet answer to our youth issues. A mere tool like mkokoteni or wheelbarrow, as good as it is, may not be the answer to all the issues pertaining to the young people. It is a good thing, but it is not the ultimate. What we need is to have a conversation where young people need to be empowered through debates, through opportunities in government, through opportunities in trading with the government. In every sphere of life, we need to have mentorship. Young people having a lot of issues of psychological issues. We need to have mental health, all these things, because you cannot help young people by donating. Donations are a very low form of economic empowerment. What you need is to put in place laws and policies like Moi Kibaki did. He came and said no to Harabes. He said waive every tax on boda. Today, as we speak, the boda sector employs over 1.4 million young people. So that is what we need. The leaders must lead us not backward but forward.